Okay, we got our function for our battle all set up. All we have to do is code our logic. Okay, so here's my logic. Both Pokemon have to set their strength. That way they can battle against, and every time they go for a hit, we have to set the strength so that way it's random each time. That otherwise one guy's just always beating the other. All right. So I want to set strength for my object, the current object, whoever's battling the other guy. And so I do that by calling this our set strength function. Now the problem is I also want to set it for the other guy. And I can't just set strength because that's, first of all, I can't spell strength, S-T-R-E-N-G-T-H, there we go. But it's only, this is calling it for myself. In order to call it for the other guy, I have to use other as the name. So now I have other.setStrength, and that will call this method for the other Pokemon, whoever I am attacking. If you like it better, you can use the keyword this for yourself. You do have to use the arrow instead of the dot operator because that's just what C++ demands. We'll talk more about that later on why, but if you want to leave that out, that's fine. Because it already knows it's part of the class because there's not an object before it, and because we're in the class. If we were outside of the class, then we would have to call the method using our instance object name. Okay, once we set our strength, then we can battle each other. We can see who has the bigger strength. So I'm going to do an if statement that says if my strength, which is just our data variable strength, is greater than the other strength, the other guy's strength, there it is, then that means I win, right? Because I'm stronger, so I win. So in order to calculate the damage, I'm just going to take the difference between the two strengths. So I'm going to say int damage equals my strength, which is a bigger number, minus other, and that's how much damage I'm going to do. And I'm going to do the damage to other. Set damage, what did we call it? Do damage, create take damage. There it is. There we go. So now the other guy takes damage. So if I don't win, that means I have lost. You know what? I'm going to say if we're equal as well. Because if we're equal and our strength is the same, it's going to end up with a damage of 0 anyway, so it doesn't matter who wins or loses on that particular situation. Okay, so this time I'm going to calculate the damage and take it for myself. Let's just modify this code here for a little bit of time saver. Calculate the strength by taking other.strength minus my strength. And then instead of having the other guy take damage, I'm going to have myself take damage. And I can call the method just like this, or I can use the keyword this. Either way will work. All right, I think that's it. That was pretty painless, wasn't it? I'm hoping it was. Okay, let's just kind of compile this and see if we have any major errors yet. Yeah, I figure we did. You probably have been yelling at me for the longest time, haven't you? Get strength member function declared in Pokemon class. I'm going to pause this video while I figure out what's wrong, and I'll get back with you on this. All right, I found it. It's me. I can't spell. It was in my I misspelled the word strength. S-T-R-E-N-G-T-H, strength. There we go, S-T-R-E-N-G-T-H, strength. Now the word is looking really weird for me. How the heck do you spell strength anyway? That's right, isn't it? It's just looking wrong because I'm thinking about it too much, and because I have an audience of like all 20 of you watching this video. Okay, so that should fix our errors, hopefully. Darn spelling. Did I spell strength differently someplace else? S-T-R-E-N-G-T-H. Okay, strength. How many places have I misspelled the variable strength? Sorry about that. Terrible speller. Good thing I'm not your English teacher. You'd like all have terrible spelling. Okay, hallelujah. No errors. All right, so let's code our last operator. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our Pokemon and we're going to copy this friend operator. This is the one I'm going to do. So I'm going to Control C that. I'm going to my .cpp file. So I'm just going to go to the end. I'm going to paste that in, and instead of a squiggly bracket, I'm going to actually implement that. Okay, when it's inside the class, it has to have the keyword friend. When we're outside of the class, it's already been declared as a friend, so we no longer want that keyword outside of the class. Now, we don't need the scope resolution operator on this particular function, and the reason why is because it's not a member of the class. We don't use it, we don't call it using the object name. We can just call it like a normal function. Okay, so now all I want to do is I want to return what our Pokemon information is going to look like. So I could do, oh no, I wanted to do even better. I want to display a little health bar. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, based upon their HP. Okay, so that's what I want to do. We're going to display a health bar. We're going to use like symbols on the ASCII symbols on the keyboard to do it, to make it kind of cool. All right, so my operator I have to name, I'm going to call it out because I'm going to print out to the screen. My instance I have to name, I'm going to call it P for, I don't know, Pokemon. And then whatever I want to display out to the screen. So I'm going to say out, and then let's do some formatting. So I'm going to do a set width there, maybe go 10 characters, and then display whatever my name is. And I have to use my object name, my instance, my object to get the name. But look, I have access to the private variable. So it's going to print name out in 10 characters because of that set width. And then I want it to do a colon and a space. And then it's going to set the width again to maybe 12. And within that, I'm going to display my little health bar. I want my health bar based upon how much health I have. So I'm going to use a for loop. My health has a max of 100, so I'm going to go up to 100. I plus equals, but I don't want 100 characters for every single thing, so I'm going to go up by 10. So there's going to be my health bar is only going to be 10 characters long, and each one of those characters is going to get subtracted after they've lost 10 health. All right, so all I have to do is an if statement that says if I is less than or equal to my HP, how much health I have left. In order to get that variable, I need my instance. Then I'm going to add, I don't know, what's a good health symbol? Something that looks full. I'm going to use an @ sign. You can actually use another symbol if you want. And otherwise, I'm going to display some sort of emptier looking. So I'm going to use maybe a dot. Star. How about a star? That'll work. All right. So that's going to give me 10 characters across. And if it's all of these, it will represent full health. And then it will subtract health by looking at these little looking ones. Okay, now since this is returning of type OStream, I have to return that value. So I'm going to say return out. There we go. This function is done. Let's compile this one last time. Make sure we don't have any errant errors. I have some sort of weird error in all right, I'm going to have to look at this. Catch us in the next video and I'll figure out what this error is, and then we'll code the actual battle, put everything together.